Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer, and today we have something finally happening in GT7, and that is Daily Race A is official for everything. Your driver rating will count as well as your safety rating. Generally, this just has your safety rating affected, but today we are affecting our driver rating. So we are going to Tsukuba. We are driving a Mazda. And when I actually saw this, I was actually really excited. I've been waiting for Daily Race A to actually become official. You know, I know a lot of people like to race in something that doesn't hurt their driver rating, but again, we're not worried about our driver rating on this channel, right? We just like to race. We like to have fun. The driver rating is there because it does actually help you race with drivers that are in your skill level. So it's a good thing in that sense. And you know, we always like to win and see it go up, but we don't get discouraged or disappointed when it goes down. It just makes us work harder, work better, see what we did wrong. So I think it's a good way to judge how you're racing. But, you know, we don't want to let it get to us, but I just feel like there's more on the line when it's actually an official race. So it actually made Daily Race A really fun. And I actually hope to see more of you guys actually running some qualifying time trials and racing this. Right now we have, let's see how many guys we have here right now. Currently, we have 25, and usually Daily Race A is a lot lower than you know, with all our friends here than B and C. So you know, maybe you guys don't know that it's an official race. So hop in there. I'm going to show you a race that I did to let you know what I think, how you can actually do well. I think this is a really good race to do. If you want to improve your rating, your driver rating, safety rating, you got to be a little careful, but we'll go over that as well. But I think this is a really good race to do if you can actually handle the Mazda. It takes a little getting used to. The car gets very loose on exit. And once you get a good handle of the car, I think you're gonna really do well here. So let's hop into the race. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. All right, so here we go. We are starting P3. I don't know what happens to P1 right here, but his car really was bugging out, and it was really complicated to drive this beginning of this race here because of what his car was doing. And I didn't know if he was going to actually affect us, if he actually hit us while his car was jumping all over the place. But it was a little bugging out here. So here, get a little bumped here. If you guys get bumped in turn one, this is a danger zone. Turn one, turn two on lap one is a danger zone. If you do get bumped, just let your car roll where it rolls and then slowly get on that throttle and just keep your car straight. Don't worry about catching up here. Don't worry about speeding. A lot of cars are going to go wide here. The biggest thing is stay to the inside. Whenever you can stay on the inside, that's going to be your best bet of staying out of a mess. So if you can get there, definitely get there. A little bump on my back, on my rear fender right here, but you know, was able to keep it. So already back to P4. We started P3, fell all the way back, and we were able to already move up to P4. The biggest thing in this race is being able to handle the car on this track. I do have traction control on one. I can drive it with traction control on 0, but I feel like when I put it on 1, I have a little more confidence in driving the car, and I can get on that throttle a little sooner. Even if it might slow me down in a sense, it's going to help me keep a little better control of the car. But I kind of drive it like traction control is off, but I do have it on, and I feel like that even helps me a little more stay on course and stay on track. So, you know, definitely something I recommend if you're struggling with the car, if you're losing the back end a lot, because again, you know, this car does handle differently. We're used to racing race B, race C, you know, group 4 cars, group 3 cars, and I feel like they have a lot more grip. This car is just you get very loose, but once you actually start handling it and feeling it well, it's a really fun car to drive because you can really like throw it in there. You can really just almost like skid it out a little bit. So biggest thing here though is always my thing with always racing, right? With always racing compared to qualifying lap times is brake earlier than you run your qualifying lap. So if I'm hitting a target in my qualifying lap, I am braking a little sooner all the time in a race to be able to handle it a little better. My concern isn't driving the fastest. I always say, you know, drive consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency will get you better finishes probably than just driving faster. Now, of course, I'm not speaking to the fast guys who can drive extremely fast and consistent. I'm speaking to the casual racers here. Don't worry about speed, worry about consistency. Don't hop into this race until you can run multiple laps over and over and over. Now, once you get a good qualifying time, stop worrying about running a good qualifying time and just run laps like if you're actually going to be in a race before you actually get in a race. Know that you can actually run this track consistently, the race is 8 laps. You need to be able to drive it consistent. Can you drive 8 consistent laps in a practice session? If you can't, then you're probably not ready for the race. If you can drive 10, 15 laps consistently without spinning out, then you're ready for a race. Because this race, again, you can get good finishes here. You can get a good DR rating. You can start bringing that up as long as you can handle your car, as long as you can drive your car well, as long as you do not take yourself out. Yes, turn 1 can be a danger zone. Turn 2 can be a danger zone. But once you learn how to just take the hit, don't worry about slamming on the gas and overtaking someone to get to turn 2. You just slowly get there. People will slowly be driving themselves off this track because people always brake too late in a lot of instances. So start braking early. And the biggest thing is really is trail braking. You really want to trail brake this car into these turns so you can really put it where you want it on the inside of a lot of these turns. And then you just slowly want to just roll it through. And when you're comfortable coming out, don't just slam on that gas. Really feel the gas nicely until that car's really straight. If that car is not straight coming out of these turns, you're gonna really lose that back end, and that's what makes it actually fun, right? It makes it a little bit more challenging, and I do like a challenge. You think you're gonna hop in this, is gonna be an easy race. You got this Mazda, you've been racing these fast cars. How hard is it gonna be to race this little Mazda, right? But the Mazda's really hard actually to drive. So obviously racing in PSVR2, which guys, I say it all the time. If you guys aren't racing in PSVR2, if you're even on the fence by like a little bit and you just need that extra push, I am telling you, get your seat. As you see my car lose a little bit there, but was able to catch it. But that happens a lot on this track. The biggest thing is learning how to actually catch the slide, catch it when you're losing the back end. Practice that stuff in your qualifying laps. But PSVR2, guys, pick it up if you are on the fence. Now, I know Sony is not really supporting it with a lot of other games, and I almost feel like the headset for PlayStation is kind of dead, as they're gonna actually be supporting PC, it sounds like, with PSVR2. So, PC owners are gonna be able to use their headset as well for VR on PC. But this game alone is worth it for VR. I don't care if they never came out with another game, unless it's the next GT8 game that supports it, because you don't want a game to just, them to get rid of a game and then nothing. But as long as this game continues to support it, then this game alone to me is worth PSVR2, the price of the headset. Totally worth it. It would be great if they threw it like on sale. Imagine if they threw PSVR2 on sale for like $200 off. Like that I think they would sell a ton of headsets and just push this game alone. Like Sony just needs to push GT7 and Sim Racing and really push some of these other sim racing games to support VR. And I think that's all you really need to really get to sell VR, because sim racing in VR is insane. I feel like if GT7 stopped supporting VR, and I know I hate to say this, but I think I'd actually stop. I think I'd stop playing the game, right? Obviously, I have PC VR. I do iRacing on Quest 3 in VR. And, I don't think I can play a racing game on a flat screen anymore. It's just not the same. The other week, I actually tried just to play it and what it would be like to just run a lap on a flat screen, and just all the enjoyment's just gone. Like you just I don't know, it's just not there. Like sim racing is great, sim racing is fun, but I just feel like without VR, I feel like it's the complete package, and it just adds so much immersion. Like you're actually racing, like you're actually in the game. And I just hope they don't stop supporting VR for GT7, and I hope when they make their next game, Gran Turismo 8, I hope we still see VR support, because it's going to be really sad if not. But I think, you guys that are playing VR, if that's the case, then you're going to have to buy a PC and do some PC VR racing, because I don't think they're going to stop supporting VR in sim racing for PC. I think it's just, PlayStation looking at how many headsets they sold, because people don't think sim racing when they think, people don't think, consoles when they think sim racing. So, Sony needs to make people think, because these next-gen systems can totally support some great sim racing games, right? So they need to make people put the two together. Console, sim racing, they work well, these systems are powerful enough to handle it and give you an awesome VR experience. Plug and play, no messing with settings. It just works. Here we are, final lap, running P3 and going wide there. And then I was kind of like, uh-oh, lost the back end, but still kept the car. I got a little nervous, gave the car some more room to catch me from behind, but I had a good enough lead where I was able to keep calm, keep the car in check, get control of the car, and just keep rolling with it. Again, it's all about consistency. It's about running good laps. I went on a tangent there on PSVR2 and VR because it's just you guys that are already racing in VR. I know every single one of you just love it. And again, if any of you guys are on the fence about VR, you got to do it. You got to do it for sim racing. There's no question about it. So anyway, we did finish this race, and I want to see more of you guys running some qualifying laps. Put your time up there. Let's see how you're doing. Friend me at Kaz-Racing-Gamer if you want to join our friends list. I post the scores of Daily Race A, Daily Race B, Daily Race C at the end of every week, so you see how you're running with the community. You start seeing the same names, you see where you guys are running, and it becomes a competition between everyone. It's kind of fun, right? Kind of challenges you as well. I love running qualifying laps just to keep doing better, to beat, all you guys. All you guys that really show me up all the time. So, I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thumb up the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.